My name is Amy Mungar. I'm a deputy principal here in the school, and this is just a new school, 2.5 years old. I teach mathematics to grade 4, 5, and 4 to 7. My name is Amy Mungar. If I just select one takeaway from my studies presentation, the complete harmony is reached when imagination is truly guided by natural acceptance and mindfulness study. Thank you. Very good morning. Yesterday after the I reached home by 6 o'clock, and then I said with my wife, and I did talk about this workshop that is made for. And then the topics, the first this topic, because I used to say reading at home, and then I explained what had happened in the day. So I did talk, and then I came to this natural acceptance and confidence questions. And I asked my wife the same questions I asked. This is my homework, I have to do my homework. So the natural acceptance, the questions where there was a question mark instead. The other was to make me happy. When I asked this one, and she said, everybody tries to make me happy, in their own ways. So that was her response. And in the competence, I'm able to make others always happy. She jumped on that. I try my best, but they may not be happy. That was one. And the other is able to make me happy. He always tries to make me happy. That's what she repeated to me. And the takeaway on the trust is like the trust on intention is the foundation of every relationship and starting point for mutual development. That was my takeaway from the studies for trust. Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Amy Mungar. Mindful Amy Mungar. So we are talking about the self, and I think this one self is a very strong point. So self-management. Self-management becomes easier when our imaginations like desire, thoughts, expectations is guided by our natural acceptance. Rather than the external preconditionings or temporary sensations. This creates internal harmony, which is the root of our emotional stability. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm H.L. I'm 50 years old this year, Silver Jubilee.
No, Golden Jubilee.
Golden Jubilee. I'll be the homeroom facilitator for class 2E. Good morning, Lara.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
My takeaway yesterday was
Your name?
I'm Dichinamgil. My takeaway from yesterday was basically about the natural acceptance. Natural acceptance means what I really want to be, and the sanskar, what I am. For example, I am a Buddhist. And that's the sanskar that I have, and what I want to be is the globally, for example, the respect I wanted to get, and then the love, and though education, it really helps to strengthen the natural acceptance. That's my takeaway from yesterday.
Kata kami kita jenale tema pakar. Itu tu. Indra betul kita kata jenale ngaregi kita jadi kacing atau kita tu ni betul darah kisah tena. Respecti dah kata na dulu besina. Kita perlu juga. Perlu juga. Kita ngaregi konsultasi apa? Jadi jangan sudah kita dua besina. Ketika kita bisa berkata, nanti kami kita sendiri Teaching just something there, they could be Catholic at Lamens over the Kisha did the Kara Kisha, India Vesicuro, the Kisha Nan to be called detonated, the Annie Lodalu, the Kisha did, you want to have a marshal. Kachimoto, give you only Vesicuro, take it only also this edition that I've been doing. The Chong Dinalo Hivi Gale, Tetinalo, Yobi Gale, Tetina Lamsel that you are UBD, Tetinalo Jaton or the game did only in Suwati Kachiki Bells or watching. Tinalo Tijatani give a building. You will not have a watching, and you will be more machine. Mundra Vesicuro, Jaton Yaso. She changed the Vigi, the answer to what you need to be they are China Shuveshana, they to the target, the Kisha Golevation at the baby. From the Nalabo Heavy Gale, the Chatham Civic, they should be about the Vigi, they would to say, the station in the road, Tani Lodalu, that are Kachikache, the watching, Kisha D, Majera, Tonde Tonde, Tokopina, Kache. The Kongi Catholic watching, and the Shilman, Tani, if you would take the Kata Nale, coming to get into Tani, Katapalena, he will be Krishna, and my uncle that they do what it is their dana. The Yanamani, Nakino Lundara, yes, they do. Malu, Yulu, to whatever somebody that you were living at the watching. If you can't get on the kitchen, I will go over it. I needed Katibit, not sometimes more watching. If you have Lana, if you take a debit over, Shudi Kadebit over, Hongi Kadebit over, and if you get on the kitchen, I will
Plus, reports on first the takeaway, what he really looked into, and being Johalopans, as I said, for them, respect is very paramount. Their whole role that is being bestowed upon them as Johalopan is to make sure that our highest level of ethos and our culture and traditions are maintained. They are the sole responsible people in the earlier days. So he said he also looked into the respect, and he had a discussion with his in-laws last night when he went to, after the program, he went to bring his family to Thimphu because the school starts from today. He has a wife who is a senior secondary teacher at Motikang as a maths teacher, and he has three children, two goes to school, three. So he had a good discussion and with his in-laws, and the in-laws found it a very interesting issue to be discussed because they also felt that the respect, connotation of the respect, as you see, is far better as a natural, as your natural takeaway in the villages and rurals than the towns, etc. So they felt it's so important that we worked with the younger generations in the modern times as well as in the schools where the base can happen. Second one, he tried that trust with his wife after they got back, and she is very clear. She definitely found that natural acceptance, number 1 and 2, yes, I can make myself happy, I want to make the other people happy, but the number 3, the other wants to make himself happy is no, she cannot make a judgment on that, and the other wants to make me happy also, she's not sure about it. So that is what Dr. Namgyal reports.
For the last 3 days, we were given the opportunity to explore, to reflect, to discuss, and now it's time for the sharing. So since others are sharing a lot, let me share my focus point for this year. I'll be focusing more on what to do henceforth and not what not to do. This is my focus for 2026.
My name is Kumotoji and I am 36 years old and I teach in Donghal. I am new face editor in business school. Thank you. Yes.
Brand new.
Lasla, Karalu, Kusam Boschilla, Beru, good morning. My name is Kumutoji. Tangi Katole, Zonghana Vishubesina. Takasa, that's Zonghagi, Buddhist language, Nalubojan, subject of Chanami, some related to Usera. Tanibodolona, Sami, Tatusuki Nakanalumagi, teacher Bedi, Gay Giasi, Ani Nakanalu, Nagi Gashu, Gashuji, Tariki, the workshopping session Villa. Tanibodolo, Tatinade, Tensilasha, Pentubi, Tensilasha Villa, the Nisu Tishosin, Katakin, the Judu Bebe, Dani Mashuki Hema, the Nakandu, Charo Shashablo, Levi Shashablo, my Catholic George. Nachigi Labulu Simuta Bachin Gasam Bamona, Labulu Simuta Bachin. Asam Yilab Slam Bamona. Tani self and body simjit in Bakasa. And in Amisumagi taught him Isla, the Nachigi self imagination. The Nachigi Tashimacho Saniki Lab Home is the moment in body, Machi body Najumba. Lab Home is the body Najumba Zuti. The love home is the watching she that is the symbol of the she that is so well. Danu much imagination is the Tashigo Bezilla. Danu much the moment there are looked in the bar with the law, Aluki behaviors into the walks into the body. And with the Aluki Chachu, Deja dissolution, non Juda is some course immediately to that shoot delivery. Danu was Aluki non Judatation Machi, lesion better situation, imagination. And the Vishna, Aluki board, pay watch that Shudozumbe, Bojuvina, same deal of Savina. Let's Boju to the Sabundova, Mama, the same Sojumba. The Hanis Vishna, Aluki Pa, behavior discativina, La discativina, and the Sutashi, the watching, the Machiko to Navina, 7 days, Gianida. The GD Machiki, the Ani desires, the sensations, and Jitimba. Ani did not be the Marie Catole. Chuna the baby was a children, some devil to Husila. Devadi. Nachikita, body facility. Ani dinner. Nachiki Zudilu Devadi, the devil, some such Mapalim Deva, Chi was me, Wonomi was soon you would know the Kagaki. Tani the Chuna the baby was Shira, Deva Shushin Chushiva. Chushiva in Nogicho, and written in the Nachi Samsudi Shivajin, Junurgina, Chushu Drani, Stili. Nan Chitu, Managing Lam, Sadovajin, Mina the me, Chutiani, celebrating. The Jura Jubu Hazmanaki go to the way so the Gatikizo Shidiki, two tunum, said. Anizum Chi, Denali, and Jahuila, they dig Bujika Shamos watching, Zoramachi happiness, Gati. Gelium Gaki, so the Gaki, Moma, Gaki, who was she did intentional. I mean, Gaki, so the Garu of the she did him, but down she did the Catholic Momosoda, she did him the Numachiki, the La Budaru, Benidi, Devoni, they were the Ladi, the Tipokila Beda was a children, down the Kiwaki La Discadi, Taja, the Zalimsina, Bibu the Kachi, Tinali, the Kazaki in the Chitaru. Relationships in the Tinamdi was right understanding. The relationship to Kachina, the Tinamdi was regarded in the cheapness, in the Ragan Japanese sugar, the Shashu, Romantic sugar.
Whoever is strong in Joka will come. Yeah.
Yes, in Congo, Mr. Congo, he mentioned, I'm going to put his he been serving in the education field for about 8 to 9 years. And information is presentation in Congo, almost all the presentations were very important for all of us, and it is important. The question he asked
No,
is...
but I think, with your due respect, he said he's attended lots and lots of trainings, workshops, And he found yesterday the most valuable workshop ever because it's the first time that the self is being taken care of, Otherwise we were doing how to teach Rongkha correctly, how to improve the grammar of the children. So it was basically all to help the students. But he says yesterday, the way you offered him the input, he feels that was the best ever workshop he feels he has attended. That was very important. Now you can continue.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And he asked the question to all of us here. If you pinch, who will get the pain, body or self? That's the question he's asking to all of us to realize it. And definitely he feels that, and he feels that it's the self that gets the pain. And he also mentioned about the design and senses. Yesterday we had Guruji's presentation, and he found that was in line with the Buddhist philosophy. And what he mentioned here is like happiness. If you're happy with what you have, I'm okay with what I have. I think that was that will make all of us. At least I will be happy, that's what he mentioned. If I am satisfied with what I have, I think that is my happiness, that's what he mentioned. Then, and in line with the GNS philosophy, the term harmony is that he mentioned what John mentioned before, harmony. If the harmony is there, right understanding, natural acceptance, if the harmony is there, I think all of us will be happy. That's what it is. Thank you.
And he also said what you offered him yesterday, a lot of the element is in his Rongkha curriculum. Because he's got an expertise of teaching right till class 12 children. He's been teaching children of class 9, 10, 11, 12 or older. So he can see a lot of interrelationship with what the Dzongkha as a curriculum is trying to bring about in the children and what he learned yesterday. And that I think is so important for us to start seeing. How do I change myself? How can I bring it through the education we are going to offer to the children?
That's what we are trying to.
That's what we are all trying to do. So he saw the clarity there. He could compare.
Language is so important.
Yeah, so that's
language
important.
is very important to connect
To our
one to one's culture.
yes.
Yeah.
And the English language is important to connect to the rest of the world
Yes.
today.
Sanskar comes.
So it's important. What you are saying is very, very important.
So because they are very good in Dzongkha and they can say a lot, we take time to, and then usually for Dzongkha it's nice to translate as they speak a statement, and then it's a little tough actually.
My name is Unique Kumbuduji. Unique Kumbuduji. Tanarba Unique. Selektarve unique children show us worship. They must see. Tanibodolu Tachi, Tanipsungi Jundari, Disciplinado, Brunale, Tetanami, some Shuno di Suja di Villa. In the Pesachura, the Navarani Shumi Zonare, Kiju da Bebodolu, Kisimo Tashina, the Shumasu, Usera. In the Pesachura, the Naraki nos assimilation to to give it on the one thing Kati di Besachuru, Kari di Besachura, Raniru, Geniru, Kana Sekishi di Besachura, Sekishi di Besachura, Sekal Unity, Deva, Shidi, Dani Shida Deva di. Topsi sago di kadrimo sodolo tragi ani jondar dinare topsi seshunina. Dani bodolo kaza shudozonde gati ki jita di shide. Shide ki zo di kalejumo sodolo tenam relationship. Nami sami kaji to machido machi imiki disnalo. 다른 나라 팀들들 매버진 남기스는 나가 유비기 사고지나 필수배 그날에 대해 소위 세션이다. 다음이 시대이 팀들 시대 가기기수 조직이 제사시 가지는 모습으로 이 정도를 기술을 가지고 모습으로 다시 제도로 랑이 소부다 생들이 되고 곳에 버디 엔세 자 주드는데 시대가 가지고 주고비나 서로 physical facilities 같은데 세션입니다. 아니 맞아요. 주드로 너무 되게 그래서 상주시 멋있게 들어가신 대장기랑 남시 상주시 멋있게 들어가신 초시번이 여기 초세대 여기 주소인데 대마저라 시대기 중미소에 있어요. 아니 시대기 중국어는 쪼그라 상주시 시국이 가시를 나라에 대해 거의 있으십니다. 근데 지디 셀프입니다. 여기 심리 그 심리 경험도 방법보다 대단로 너무나게 실질하게 거의 있으십니다. 이게 그래서 실로 대단히 가치도도 거의 있어도 trust 정말 양을 소도로 trust belief 달에 기존에 마셔라 지기지로 배워진 나기 respect 아니 trust 세미기 내기 배워진 대나라 respect 주는 수배 달에 대나라 대명이 몸수가 다 배워진 나 로저기 우즈루마기 trust 내기 배워진 대나로 나기 respect 기인 수배에서 다음에 수배 마셔라 레벨도 로저기 이니시나로 더 배워진 알로기 대장기 넘버별로 이치 배우다 별로 알로기 trust 비비비기 나치장기 배워서 배워진 알로기 라는 규정 다른 trust 배워서 배워진다. 그다음에 저들을 라는 레벨로 기준 중립이 요즘에 것이나 알로기 라는 규정 배워서 배워진 해마기 순수나다리 비밀도 소가로 라마나로 충지 주나 소가로 로마나로 대화시 소가로 trust 배워 규정시키 나오세요. 다른 규정된 메시지 배워진 연대들이 차스 23시 미도수에 대해서 있으십니다. 다른 보도로 알로기 주로 시인 내신도 주로 주어진 알로기 라고 트러스 유튜브에 해서 많이 하고 있나? 많이 지금 여기 있어요.
Just to interpret what I understood from him, he just mentioned that this workshop was really eye-opening to him. This really helped him to understand himself first. And then what he focused more on is like respect, trust. If you don't have these two, it will intervene with this one. I think basically we can't trust others and others who can't trust you. So respect and trust is really to be as a main focus on this one. So thank you.
So, as for the phoning somebody, I thought about it and I thought actually I don't really have anyone the people who don't want to talk to me, let them be. That's the way I will always think. But I did call somebody who I made cry once. Sorry, Judy. And we had a good chit chat, didn't we? But we're friends anyway, so it was easy. And then what was the other question, sorry?
Trust. We had a misunderstanding with anyone in class.
That was
That was from December.
The other one is the 8 questions we had around the trust.
Yeah.
You can project them.
I remember. Yeah, I mean, so the injunction is to be quick. I basically have a fundamentally different point of view on that whole thing, as we discussed a little bit. So, but I appreciate the proposal and I appreciate the opportunity to reflect and refine. Thank you. So much to say, but let me try and distill it. First of all, to our facilitators, as we say, Gurujis. Really, for me, as I said before, the way you were was really educational. You didn't just come and deliver information, you modeled that information. Two key takeaways then for me were just, as Madam Principal says, I'm an extremely to a fault open person. So I have to really work on restraining that a bit. But to see all of my friends here come alive, talk, express, unfold in this space. I'm always watching and I always know that it's in there. I can see it past the fence. But I can't bring down the fence like I was saying. I can't say, share your innermost thoughts and feelings with me. He would think I was crazy and he would send me off with a thick ear like a good Zonka level. But I see everybody opening space. So I thought how wonderful that is. All it really takes is the time to sit together, sit in silence together and just talk to each other. It's so simple and beautiful. Second one is, I'm a dancer. So I'm either out there on the stage or in my house, in my room. I'm extremely quiet. I only go out if I have to, if I can't, it's not that I do like people, but I love I love solitude. I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. So, and I think other people, well, if they don't understand, who cares? Not my problem. And I realized from this talk about intention and competence, I'm like, it's not really my problem, but that means I have to level up my own competence. How to give people space, but how to say, let the floor, that's what they associate me with. How can I explain better why it makes the space better for them? And it might not happen the first time, Part of my attitude comes from, like how I've been an arts educator. My whole life has been explaining why the dance space is important. Not only here, everywhere. So it gets a bit tiring. Okay, you don't understand. But this I was thinking this morning, everyone has their own competence. And whether I feel like I don't have many good qualities. One is I can see everybody's good qualities, whether they relate to me or not. And so I guess moving forward, you can go up to a mountain, have a super vast view. You have to come down and remember that lower down they haven't had that view, but they can. They're fully capable of it. So it's about that, Not assuming that everybody can see the way I do. And I don't mean in a pride. I mean I always think I can do it. Why can't you do it? I'm not brilliant. So but that's the main misconception I have had that has been cleared away by this. How to fly up and then come down and really relate to people as is appropriate for them. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Karmodudu. I will be talking about the trust. So, like I said in the morning, my wife never trusts me, and I'm planning to make her trust on me. So that I will assure her that I'm very good in relationship with her.
You trust your wife?
I trust her, but she never trusts me. Make sure that she will trust me.
Good afternoon. My name is Sonia. The most impactful takeaway from universal health value for me is the realization that happiness is not getting more, but in understanding more. And I understood that every human being wants to be happy and wants others to be happy too. When there is right understanding, there is trust. Where there is trust, there is harmony in relationships. And universal value, UHV, helps me realize that my desires should be guided by values, not by temporary emotions. If I change myself with right understanding, my relationships and environment automatically will improve. Thank you.
My name is Karmoji. From yesterday's session, the key takeaway for me is that as I'm starting my career in inclusive education, I came to realize that if we have the right understanding, we will have right feeling, and we will have a right self-organization, and it will be giving us the continuous happiness. And our happiness is our inner harmony, not excitement. And as a human being, our self and our body is having a different needs and wants, so we have to separately satisfy that need differently. And physical facilities cannot fulfill the emotional and spiritual needs. Thank you.
My name is Karan. This 3 days workshop had made me a very confident person, I think, because till date I expect myself to be happy because of others. Now I realize that harmony is there because of myself, not because of others. Then I came to realize that before expecting anything, I have to accept the natural acceptance of each and everyone. As being an inclusive facilitator, dealing with the special needs child, I have to accept them and accept myself, and I have to accept their sanskar, my sanskar, and I have to understand the right understanding of each and every one of the child to make them happy, make myself happy, and to bring the harmony in the society, nature, and to bring happiness to myself also. And to have that happiness, physical facilities cannot fulfill my happiness because of that. So I'm so happy that I'm very confident that I can help my special sent children through this workshop. Thank you. Thank
you. My name is Chudi Sampala. This is my second year at Najantari School, fourth year as a teacher, and I am 25 years old, and I might be one of the youngest members of the school. And Ma'am Manju was my first teacher, and Rebecca was my first Songkha teacher.
My name is Shruti Sampala, and one thing I've been doing wrong my whole life is putting relationship with human being before myself. And it's because of my sanskar. Like in my family, I'm the youngest child, the only child. So because everyone prioritizes me, whenever I meet someone new, I prioritize them because that's my sanskar. But not everyone works that way, and it's not always good to prioritize others and realize that I should prioritize myself now. And even though sometimes you think that if you prioritize others, they will prioritize you too, it doesn't work that way if their sanskar is different from yours. So you should always put yourself first, then relationships with human beings, then physical facility. That order was very helpful because I thought that somehow all three had to be in the same order. I didn't know there was a priority, which one came first. I didn't know that when I was younger. Before this meeting, I didn't know that. I thought that, all three had to be in sync. I had to think about others when I was thinking about myself. But no, as you said, you can think about ourselves first, then relationships. That was quite enlightening because our sanskars don't always align with other people's sanskars, and you can't always expect the same things from others. If we prioritize ourselves first, others will know how to treat us. Thank you.
So we don't.
So the first one, asking the 8 questions, I did that exercise with my mother, and the one clearing of misunderstanding, I did it with my auntie.
Okay.
Thank you.
What is the outcome?
What was your takeaway?
My auntie gave me a tight hug and she was like, you should go for these sessions more often. And then my mom was like, why are you asking me this question all of a sudden? Aren't you happy? And then I was like, no, it's just for a homework. And then we had a good laugh. Thank you.
Sampala. My name is Shruti Sampala, and in the past I used to believe that if I over-evaluate others, others will also over-evaluate me and we will all be happy. But I realized that that is wrong. We should all know the right evaluation, and I should not over-evaluate others, because in that way sometimes I end up under-evaluating myself. And that's a very helpful takeaway. Thank you.
Good example, my name is Sam Dedu. 이 가사기 때다 정도들이 대배배들나 때다 나르기 가토리 캐피니스티 때다 가족주로 하고 있어 진다 가사 대배경 때로 참도도 이거 이거인데 팀도도 참도도 다음에 가지고 그러나 배워진 디파트먼트 정파 디파트먼트 사무실 참도도 보고 이게 마세바 기타 쉐미기 디파트먼트 소소예요 뭐 안즈가라 공가라지가 참도도 유바진 시디디 더 없어 참도도 유바진 시디디 더 없어 이게 마세바 마찬가지 신나 배워진 다른 사서스도가 참도도 보고 그래서 때지가 참 마세 여러 가지 심사단에 레벨스가 안스지가야 대통령도 유버진 대시디 대기가 나중에 토비 있어. 그다음에 참도 미벼진 데다 마찬가지 데 생무시디 옆에 이 있어 안에 보이나. 또 고급토도 똑같이야 그다. 대한민국에 또 주셔오거나. 그 가자 맞잖아. 셈다 주세. 그때 합쳐서 단백도 데다 주리 때문에 셈디 같이 셈리 때문에 주디 같이 지기 땡고 됐습니다. 지기 주 감치 진디요야 셈디 진디 요야 주디 진디 진디 라베 있어요. 셈디 되는 주디 감치 같이 했어야지. 생기대로 생기 노된 데서 전타돼서 중국 정치가 왔지 주디 진짜 거야. 생기 요기의 주의 가운데 저기 주디야 라데 호여봐. 생기 노된 전타 중립이 되는구나. 생기 노된 중립이 되어 가진 지게들의 배들로 주디 진짜 뭐지? 생기 노된 데 중립스레 했으나. 근데 안에 선배 저기 생기의 주 가치야. 너 스탠더드로라. 집에서 왔지 다 셈디네 사제서디 주루이메 보라. 그 셈디네 마스 버친 주리 신가 사 도좀치 메신다. 단좀치 메보라. 이제 시슈 좀치 메보라 셈메 버친노라. 단비들은 마치 주리 야치 톤스베라. 그리고 람두 그리고 통고도 그 주리 톤스베. 내가 셈디 유니디도 도니디도 뭐. 내가 미토기 톰스베 다리 GLH 카톨릭 버친 셈기 셰프라 뭐라. 가슴 주의가 하세요. 이제 수시도 하신 가슴 주의가 하세요. 제가 주디도 하신 거로 샤카블로, 샤나블로 이거 몰라. 다 주디 통스베. 다니 생기 아니라 치데라 주 아니라 주기 아니 치데라 생디야. 수시 아니다 치데 외비나 양진 지에 시사도 생심디 요즘 가슴 주로 베이가 세토포지 않는 차입니다. 가슴이 또 없습니다.
Anybody wants to explain?
Summarize it.
Okay, first of all, what I mentioned here to say is harmony in human being is very important. And he also mentioned that if there is a harmony, we can really work in the community, we can work in the groups, whatever activity we do, if there is a harmony, everything will become positive and the things will go better. That's what he mentioned in the first part. And he also mentioned that self and body is coexistence, and it's very important that we need to balance these two. Now, what this question here to the Guruji's here is we can see the body, like how tall I am, how short, your fairness, and whatever you can see yourself. But what in his mind is coming, the person is like the self, it comes, what he means, the mind. Is there a type of shape, or is it a color? Is there a type of color in the mind? Can we see those things? What kind of things are there in the self? Self is talking about, asking the question whether it's in a shape or in a color code or something like that. So he has that out. Thank you.
고상부가 마이너스 사업들도 이 통수집의 주계가 대단히 주어진 계획을 제작한 상황입니다. 그다 임승기 정당들이 그다 펜토 본들이 좀 있으시면 제가 기별성기 시사동지가 진짜 품절인데 장방인데 인지인데 대래 가져라 지세와인데 그래 이것이 지고 안 되시면 아니 시설이 소단성 내신도 생임승기 정당들은 도민이 리포트스나 dan disu na chigi galin tap lo chwa kin tamba rang pen thong ne iba rang za sang i sumbo de lo de rang gi lo chu de di da kin de ma cha gi la chi ka be gi cha lo disu chi ka de pen de juni me se juni de de da lu ju da na chi nim su gi jong da de be sha de jong da be sha be de galin di tap mo su chin de jong da di ma do do chi be se de da ni ma cha ni se na kha chi to thong de de galin tap mo ti kha chi to be je me se juni na per che
Okay.
Basically, they was talking about he's saying that this workshop is really aligned with our principle of GNH, and one strong point he mentioned is about the 4 immeasurables: the kindness, the compassion. So if we really practice this kindness, compassion in our day-to-day life, that will impact himself, the family, and the society in large.
The takeaway was the beginning when Sir started with reconnect, reflect, and reconnect. That was, I really liked it because I do that whenever we have a meetings and all, reconnect. So then the ultimate learning is that fulfillment in life is self-exploration and leading to the right understanding, then acceptance, natural acceptance with universal values, and harmonious living. That's my takeaway. Thank you. Mine is the second one, the misunderstanding with my brother, my own brother. So after this workshop, through the natural acceptance, and I being younger to him, I called him last night. Thank God it was Sunday. And my own brother, he's in Melbourne. So usually I talk to my sister-in-law, both of them work with the UN. And it's been like 25 years I didn't talk to my brother. Just because we had a fight. We just had misunderstanding because when I was going through some difficult time, he didn't even call me being in the bigger, He didn't even ask me how I'm going through, how I'm looking after my kids. That was the only reason. And I'm a very difficult person. I just blocked him everywhere in social media. Even like so, now then, but my sister-in-law asked me and my brother wants to talk to me, I just keep the phone. I'm that difficult, very stone-hearted because the situation made me that. So yesterday, after attending this workshop, the natural acceptance, I being his youngest sister, I just thought, I went to the kitchen, I looked at the fridge, there's nobody to talk to. So, yeah, just then I just took the picture. Recently, my friend gave me the magnet. So I took the picture and sent it to my friend. And even I told her, oh, this is the fridge I wanted to talk to. So after that, then I just realized, oh, I must learn now that I must accept that, being the youngest. So I called him. Then I didn't have his number. I called my sister-in-law and then she said, can I talk to my daughter? Then she said, what? Is that you? Yeah, let me talk to him. Then I said, then again we had a fight there also. We did, but like the fight, I mean, that is the, what is that called? Argument because with love. Because we are like, he's just 3 years senior to me, older to me. And we went to school together because we were very good friends. So just because he didn't ask me how I was going through that time, that made me so difficult, then I asked him. I didn't say sorry. Still, I didn't say sorry to him. We were talking. Then he cried. Both of us cried. So that is the, I think, understanding. That was the understanding of that we love each other and I accepted him. And now, then what I understood after the workshop is I understood that happiness is not outside, it's within me. Thank you.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Can I get my takeaways? Over these 3 days, I realized that true transformation begins within myself. Before expecting harmony in society or in the workplace, I must first ensure harmony within. I also understood that happiness is not outside. It comes from right understanding and natural acceptance within. When I change my way of seeing others, when I identify their competence and intention, relationship becomes smoother and the workplace becomes joyful. I also learned that holistic education is not only about academic excellence, it is about nurturing values, harmony, mutual respect, and understanding. First in ourselves, then in our students. My commitment after this workshop is moving forward is to practice self-exploration daily, to respond with understanding rather than reaction. Friends, listen. And to contribute to NPS with positivity and harmony. Thank you.
My name is Namit. I am class 7, home room literature. I am teach Tongkar. In class 2A, 2B, class 7 and 6. Thank you.
My name is Namit. Can I speak in Tongkar?
Yeah, translate.
Kama ko macam ni saya nak berkasi lagi, berkasi berkasi. Nah, ini nale terkasi kasi sewajin, kata ini tentu ini nale lagi tambara terkasi tasi je pun masuk sewajin, so dia ramai lebar. Rangi besina, dia nale kasi nafsani itu, thaji ini dia bersejuru rangi lagi boleh. Nalebe, Rangi Midenalu, Zasanalu, Tabdidu Kachi, Tundra Besicura, the Rangi Ishibeshinabe, Tuka, Betuka, the Vigi, the Tinalu Rangi Joachi, Tikiti, Joachi, Tashina Leveshina, and the Janki Hatishinabe, the Zasana, Midena, the Tuna, the Nam and the Kachi, and you the loop, so there are self-dra, Rara Kachi, and you know, time
what you just mentioned here just now is, first of all, the takeaway he took from, of course, he said that the whole thing was very important, but from there, he took one most is self. If you are, if the self is very good, you can always do better to the community, family, and master asset. So he really liked that part. Thank you.
There are two words. One is Rangwang and Zengwang.
Shenwan and
Shen, you can say Jen.
Shenwang and
Rangwang and Shenwang.
Yeah.
So he's talking about basically Rangwang and we can do for the same one.
Very
good. 다 가자 기능에 대해서 그것도 도시 지기지로 규제되니 지기지로 이식이 못된 거라 trust 아니 배보다 그만하게 나래 아주 그 담바라 알로도 게르지라 그럼 수만한 때 해마라 코드치가 저와 탑배배 지기 레벨도 규제배 방도 규제되니 가슴 집에서 무슨하게 아침에야 성질 지키리다 그 trust 규제 좀 뭐 코디 하는 짓이래 그래서 지금 나가지 방디수기 비밀들이 리뷰디수기 비밀들은 아니 이섬이 규제를 비알디수기 아니 그래서 같이 해서 왔다 리뷰디수기 멤지들 베디에서 지르라 그 규제부터 토대 되시나 방기라들이 님들은 방기 리뷰디수기 멤지들이 베서 지르 알디 그 컨디미시나로 인데 그 장면에 이제 지안이 이나 그 지디 다른 나라기 암수다치고
로주질랍 레벨의 규적 단위에서 이 로주질랍 레벨 아시 농건하가 주시나 아지 농건한 주의하시나 시소 그러니까 가디와시서 진짜 규적 단위에서 네당다 치디기 좀에 했으면 뭐지 다 해만 보시는 로다 규적이 농건하래 규적다 돼서 배워진 레벨이 네당디 농건한 조비도 서로 만들어서 가디와라고 보시는 왜 제 파츠지 사전에 비밀이 이 규정 농건하래 지금 지단에 판신 농건하자 답답 보내 많이 생기랍니다 봐라 알고서도 파 사전은 통농도 뒤보다로 킹카도 가지고 뭐서 지금 트러스트 인식이 알고서 규정도 보여 아니지 이제 다른 하고 있는 땅 보신 대비 좀에도에 이제 같이서 하신 알고서도 다 최종적으로 규정과 트러스트니 제가 대신하다 대부가 지금 제시한 지들에서 지르라 안주서 지가 해마수면 나로도 도와줘 안주서기 발에서 지워졌어요 기미수 대인들도 쉐어비는 소리였습니다 이런 뜻이었어요 일단 쉐어 배고파지가 지금 가슴이 배고파서 소화진 프렌드나 알고서 가도도베 나라가 아니 배워진 레벨도 크로스는 것이나 자로다 자리는 그냥 누구도 좀베 배워지 안주서기 발에서 뉴랜드로 20일로 하는 분들이 오면서 네단다 지들이 좀 오면서 주의해서 주면 가져지나.
His takeaway is he looked into more of the perspective of not only the trust but especially respect. He wanted to check on the respect level, and he spoke to his young son, who is about 8 years old, and he had a discussion on respect. And as per the child's feedback, it seems that the child has the natural acceptance of respecting the teachers the most. He sees the teachers in the school as the most respectful group of people who deserves the respect. And with regards to trust, he had a good discussion with his wife, and I think he became clearer when he did this exercise with his wife. A very good morning, everybody. For me, of course, it was my daughter, who was my only daughter, who's 25 years old. And whenever I get back home, the first thing she'll ask me is, how did your day go? And so after having my good tea, took time saying, let's do some exercises. I'll share with you what we did in the program today, and I just told her the gist of what happened, and I shared all this to her. She would have liked to come with us, but she had an assignment to finish. She's not married yet, still mother's baby at home. Now, one thing, when I asked her the questions, both the first or the left and the right, I was a little taken back because she seems to have huge trust. She thought the first one also all should be is okay. The second one also. She saw that me having all those also is present, that is happening. And when I looked into the trust, the level of trust she seemed to have, I think I felt it was because we are a very close-knit family. She was brought up with the highest love, care by everybody. She was the youngest in the family while growing up. And the circle of family members and the friends as per our sanskar, we are very strong in our family sanskar. So I think the way she saw us in the house helped her to choose friends who she seemed to trust very, very much. So she said in this, she found that, yes, everybody can make themselves happy, because I thought the people she had in her life, she saw that everyone was trying to make her happy, and she was very grateful about it. In fact, the competence part also, she seemed to think, the imagination part also, people have the goodness and they are trying, they will try or do the best that happens for themselves and for others. So on the whole, I realized in fact, that was a very good realization for me. She seemed to have the highest level of trust, seeing goodness in everyone. And I'm very happy that that's the way she should move up and start looking into her future. career, her future relationships. If you see goodness in somebody, I think the goodness comes to you. Thank you.
Excellent.
Kuzangol, lainnya Vietnam kita lah, jim sungi jondas di nalu macam sana, kami pintu kompor cuma sesuatu lah, jondas nami, na November sunda dan dikiki, jungse, ibu tu bagi udin, lebih cuma tu ni lebih ceruk arah tu, khusus orang dah cakap cuma tu nama tu tadi sesuatu lah, sa Ngarajim sungi jondas di nalu, tinggal apa arah yang tinggal arah namanya sampai pintu bagi, ini cina kaci bagi, elaksa cimbel. Tani ki nale de ngaragi eta kasho ngaragi hakumi ta ngaragi ngaralu eta yete chika toki to wachin to dira ngachara zudi shata kumbo jungwashi sa chu me dum jungwashi le tu ki zudi ga de ani do da do e kachi khashi to wachin anana lu to dira ran temi self deleting ki be teleport ki Jadi body digi be kaci dongeng tawatin, sem digi be yogi umar body. Dia kau tu tak sijiri di karpo mon, sem dilura rale bolu. Ani tu tahu, sem digi the body lu yogi, body digi kaci dongeng tawatin, jadi nana le harmoni itu, cendil dia ana umar, cendil di kalu dongeng tawatin, rangi zatana, mede nalu, cinta thare, dan itu nampaklah cendil dia. Jangan lupa jika mereka wajib jam ni je, baru karang nak lekep mereka. La lesim je baru, sob je baru, karang sem di kita situation nak. Nature accepted sebenarnya ni thar situation nak be, jadi jam je engkau di mereka. Jangan lupa dulu, jangan kita mungkin tu bom, tato sendiri, kita jadi orang satang di wajib. Di lagi sulit tu jadi na, orang tu jadi na, jadi kita somcah di kita, tidak ada lagi tu kudu betul betul tadi kita itu sudah. Jangan betul hari ini jangan tadi kita sabun, jadi lesmina, levichaina, dengan dikaji betul masa wajib, jadi nature accepted. Dia baina, jadi kita sekian ada, jadi dia analisa apa itu sunila. Jadi ciri, kenapa? Nali nami ki jonda di ngaji ki lani thadira dola indira befetiran alain khatar na chunina ti kachina jonina ani so hama ko wadino dilete ni ki jonda di ki be tabe nani jani na chube mare ani na ani chube te bidi ya hakoi se sunega bi jo bom kara to ki ena me to ka che sunila
Let's just to translate. First of all, we thank all the Gurujis here and Swachili and principal for what he is speaking. It was quite very helpful. In fact, he said he got a lot of knowledge and he focused more on self and body. What he mentioned is if body is not taken care, self will not be taken care. If the self is taken care, then automatically body will be taken care. That's what it has to be coexisting. That's what he mentioned. And if these two things are taken care, automatically the harmony between family, society, it will be taken care of. That's what he mentioned. Thank you. And now he's also going to align these knowledge in his day-to-day life and in teaching also.
Lama 见度念当给就当就话去去生见当见度念没别的话当你给我的去去生见当见你都给就杀了你的的给你当用全部的一路来我就去他结果的去去小话给所以当地去小话给我正在打给第三个当地打给家族去闹在一起都找不着你是你那家你上帝是都的也对我也都也能的是我这个就不一个人那边那当你呀呀呀你天天的当我天天的当就让那凡心里就是最重要的红包走吧一起吧一起修啊一年是让我的娘的就让这话来说天地别有大地小别天天也为生定有那小天别的我从这我天天话语念别的心说念念念莫念的真的念念不要念的是念的大多的念做送给他心说天把一点放松天把的天把一心路消化天地不落心路天把一天把一念念的心说耶达玛耶度达波瓦耶天天看到达达达耶天看到罗尼夏瓦娘罗提巴夏玛内索阿唵耶达玛耶度达波瓦耶天天看到达达达呀瓦耶天看到耶瓦耶玛夏玛内索阿唵耶达玛耶度达波瓦耶天天看到达达达呀瓦耶天看到罗尼我的玛什么内索哈唵苏扎提卡巴内索哈唵苏扎提卡巴内索哈唵苏扎提卡巴内索哈这对是对我切玛耶我来耶
Happy travels, safe travels, and happy yourself also to serve the kingdom. And all of you, happy new year for us. Sharon ka naman ni Margarin Shediana. Let's go.